Picture this. A small animation studio in America way back in the late 1930s. Two brilliant artists, William Hanna and Joseph Barbera, are brainstorming. They need a hit. Suddenly, an idea sparks a classic rivalry, a cat chasing a mouse. Simple, right? But they wanted to make it special. They imagined a clever little mouse, always outsmarting a clumsy, determined cat. The thought alone made them laugh, and in that moment of shared joy, the seeds for Tom and Jerry were planted. In 1940, their very first cartoon, Puss Gets the Boot, hit the big screen, and guess what? People went wild for it. The audience roared with laughter as the cat, then named Jasper, tried every trick in the book to catch the mouse, Jinx, only to end up in a heap of hilarious trouble. The studio executives, who initially thought the idea was a bit cliché, saw the audience's reaction and immediately ordered more. And just like that, Jasper and Jinx were renamed Tom and Jerry, and an animation legend was born. The success of that first short was no fluke. It was even nominated for an Academy Award. This set a high bar, pushing Hanna and Barbera to be even more creative. They realized they had stumbled upon a magical formula. The slapstick comedy, the brilliant timing, and the lack of dialogue meant anyone, anywhere in the world, could understand and enjoy it. It was a universal language of laughter. For the next 17 years, Hanna-Barbera's unit at MGM produced over 100 of these iconic shorts, creating what many consider the golden age of Tom and Jerry. What made these cartoons so revolutionary? It was the incredible attention to detail. The animation was fluid and expressive. Tom didn't just get angry, his face would contort in rage, his fur would stand on end, and steam would literally shoot out of his ears. Jerry wasn't just smug, he'd have a tiny, knowing smirk and a confident swagger. The animators were masters of visual storytelling. Every fall, every crash, every clever escape was perfectly timed to a magnificent musical score by Scott Bradley, who blended classical music with jazz to punctuate every single action on screen. The music wasn't just background noise. It was a character in itself, telling the emotional story of the chase. And the gags, oh, the gags were pure genius. Tom's plans to catch Jerry became more and more elaborate. We saw him use everything from simple mousetraps and cheese to complex blueprints, dynamite, and even hypnosis. He'd build elaborate Rube Goldberg machines that would, of course, always backfire in the most spectacular way. Remember the one where Tom uses an invisible ink potion? Or when he teams up with another cat, Butch, only for them to end up fighting each other? Yet, through it all, Jerry, with his quick thinking and use of his surroundings, always managed to be one step ahead. He wasn't just lucky, he was incredibly intelligent and resourceful. During the 1950s, as technology evolved, so did Tom and Jerry. The studio embraced CinemaScope, which gave the cartoons a wider, more epic feel. The animation became even more lush and detailed. The backgrounds were richer, the colors more vibrant. This era gave us some of the most visually stunning shorts, like Tops with Pops and Blue Cat Blues. It was also during this time that the duo won most of their 7 Academy Awards, a staggering achievement that cemented their status as animation royalty, beating out rivals like Disney and Warner Brothers on multiple occasions. But what truly makes Tom and Jerry timeless isn't just the awards or the technical brilliance, it's the heart behind the chaos. If you look closely, you'll see that they aren't just mindless enemies. There's a strange, unspoken bond between them. They are, in a way, the most important part of each other's lives. Their daily chase is a routine, a game they both on some level enjoy playing. There are moments of truce, moments where they team up against a common foe, like Spike the Bulldog or a sneaky alley cat. Think about the episodes where one of them is genuinely in danger. When Jerry is freezing in the snow, it's Tom who, after a moment of hesitation, brings him inside to warm him by the fire. In Blue Cat Blues, when a heartbroken Tom is sitting on the train tracks, a similarly heartbroken Jerry sits right beside him, sharing his misery. These moments reveal the truth. They can't exist without each other. Tom's life would be empty and boring without Jerry to chase, and Jerry's life would lack excitement without Tom to outsmart. They are the yin to each other's yang. Over the decades, Tom and Jerry have been reimagined by different studios and animators. There was the Gene Deitch era in the early 60s, known for its surreal and abstract style. Then came the Chuck Jones era, which brought a bit of that Looney Tunes flavor to the characters. They've starred in feature films, Saturday morning cartoons, and even modern TV series. Each generation puts its own spin on the duo, but the core essence always remains the same. The chase, the gags, and that unspoken connection. Even today, new generations of kids are discovering Tom and Jerry on streaming services and YouTube. And why do these cartoons, some over 80 years old, still feel so fresh and funny? Because they tap into something universal. The dynamic of the big guy versus the little guy, the thrill of the chase, the satisfaction of seeing the underdog win. These are stories that never get old. They don't rely on pop culture references or trendy dialogue. The humor is purely physical, wonderfully animated, and perfectly timed. So, the next time you find yourself laughing at Tom getting flattened by a falling piano or Jerry zipping away with the cheese, remember the incredible story behind it all. Remember William Hanna and Joseph Barbara, two animators who just wanted to make people laugh. Remember the artists and musicians who poured their hearts into every frame. And most of all, remember that behind all the frantic chases and comical explosions, you're watching the story of two of the most enduring, endearing, and unlikely best friends in the history of entertainment. They are more than just a cat and a mouse. They are legends. Thanks so much for watching this journey into the world of Tom and Jerry. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, please hit that like button. And do not forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you will not miss our next deep dive into your favorite classics. See you in the next video.